Hello, Queens. All right, buckle up, folks, because today we're diving deep into the types of characters that Sigma women gracefully swerve away from in the grand adventure we call life. You see, understanding social dynamics isn't just about knowing who's who, it's about recognizing who's a match and who's a mismatch for the Sigma vibe. Picture this. Sigma women, those independent, self-reliant souls who march to the beat of their own drum, have a knack for sniffing out the types of individuals who just don't jive with their vibe. It's not that they're antisocial, they're just selective AF when it comes to curating their tribe. Why? Well, Sigma ladies aren't ones to conform to society's cookie-cutter expectations. They're all about carving their own path, charting their own course, seeking out those rare gems who share their love for authenticity, freedom, and a good old-fashioned challenge to the status quo. But let's be real for a sec. There are certain folks who simply don't make the cut in the Sigma world. It's not personal, it's just a clash of frequencies, you know? So without further ado, let's break down the types of peeps that Sigma women usually give the old thanks but no thanks wave to. Number 1. Drama kings and queens. Sigma females steer clear of drama queens and kings like they're dodging raindrops during a storm. These are the folks who turn even the most mundane situations into full-blown soap operas, with theatrics that would make Shakespeare blush. From exaggerated sighs to melodramatic declarations, drama queens and kings thrive on the chaos they create. But Sigma females see right through the facade. Picture this. You're having a casual conversation with a drama queen about the weather, and before you know it, they're lamenting about how the rain ruined their shoes, flooded their basement, and destroyed their entire week. Every minor inconvenience becomes a monumental catastrophe, and Sigma females just can't deal with the unnecessary theatrics. It's not that Sigma females lack empathy or compassion. They just have a low tolerance for the kind of drama that serves no purpose other than to attract attention and stir up trouble. They value authenticity and straightforwardness, preferring conversations that cut straight to the point without all the extra flair. So, when drama queens and kings start spinning their tales of woe and weaving their intricate webs of chaos, Sigma females politely excuse themselves from the drama-fueled circus. They know that life is too short to waste on manufactured crises and exaggerated emotions, preferring to surround themselves with people who bring positivity, clarity, and authenticity to their interactions. Number 2. Energy vampires. Sigma females have a built-in radar for sniffing out energy vampires like bloodhounds on the trail. These are the folks who seem to suck the life force out of any room they enter, leaving everyone feeling like they've just run a marathon without breaking a sweat. You know the type, the chronic complainers, the perpetual pessimists, the ones who always seem to have a dark cloud hovering over their heads. Imagine you're at a gathering, enjoying yourself and chatting with friends when suddenly an energy vampire swoops in with their never-ending litany of complaints and grievances. They drain the energy from the room faster than a vacuum sucks up dust bunnies, leaving everyone feeling like they've been hit by a ton of bricks. For Sigma females, who value their time and energy like precious commodities, dealing with energy vampires is like voluntarily stepping into a bottomless pit of exhaustion. They recognize the signs, the constant sighing, the endless stream of negativity, the insatiable need for attention, and they know better than to get sucked into the black hole of despair. So when an energy vampire comes knocking, Sigma females politely show them the door. They refuse to let their precious energy be drained by someone who brings nothing but negativity and exhaustion to the table. Instead, they choose to surround themselves with people who uplift and inspire them, leaving the energy vampires to suck the life out of someone else's party. Number 3. Perpetual victim mentality. Sigma females have an innate ability to spot perpetual victims from a mile away, and they're quicker to dodge them than a bullet from a gun. These are the individuals who always seem to have a never-ending list of grievances, a perpetual rain cloud following them wherever they go. They're the ones who blame everyone and everything for their misfortunes, refusing to take responsibility for their own lives. Picture this. You're having a conversation with a perpetual victim about their day, and within minutes, they've spun a tale of woe that would make even the most seasoned soap opera writer blush. from their terrible boss to their ungrateful friends to the universe itself conspiring against them. Perpetual victims have a knack for turning even the most trivial inconvenience into a full-blown catastrophe. For Sigma females who value accountability and self-reliance, dealing with perpetual victims is like trying to swim with an anchor tied to their ankle. They recognize the signs, the constant whining, the never-ending pity parties, the refusal to see their own role in their misfortunes, and they know better than to get dragged down into the abyss of victimhood. So when a perpetual victim comes knocking, Sigma females politely but firmly show them the door. They refuse to be sucked into the vortex of negativity and self-pity, preferring to surround themselves with individuals who take ownership of their lives and strive to overcome challenges rather than wallow in them. They know that life is too short to waste on endless pity parties, and they choose to spend their time and energy on pursuits that uplift and inspire them, leaving the perpetual victims to wallow in their own self-imposed misery. Number 4. Manipulative toxic behavior. When it comes to cutting out toxic individuals, Sigma females wield their swords with precision and finesse, slicing through the negativity like a hot knife through butter. These are the individuals who poison the well of positivity with their deceitful ways and manipulative tactics, leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. They'll use guilt trips, fake tears, or even bursts of anger to manipulate people into doing their bidding. Imagine you're in a social circle, and there's that one person who always seems to stir up drama, spread rumors, and play mind games with everyone around them. They're the ones who thrive on sowing seeds of discord, tearing others down to build themselves up, and manipulating situations to suit their own selfish agendas. For Sigma females who value honesty and integrity above all else, dealing with toxic individuals is like trying to navigate a minefield blindfolded. They recognize the signs, the backstabbing, the gossiping, the subtle manipulation, and they know better than to trust someone who's proven themselves to be untrustworthy. So when a toxic individual reveals their true colors, Sigma females don't hesitate to cut them out of their lives like a surgeon removing a cancerous tumor. They refuse to let their precious energy be drained by someone who brings nothing but negativity and toxicity to the table. Instead, they choose to surround themselves with people who uplift and inspire them, leaving the toxic individuals to wallow in their own misery. At number 5, the naysayers. Sigma females have little patience for the perpetual naysayers, those individuals who seem to have a gloomy forecast for every sunny day and a cloud of doubt hanging over every endeavor. These are the folks who can't resist raining on everyone's parade, casting a shadow of skepticism over even the brightest of ideas. Whether it's a new business venture, a creative project, or a personal goal, naysayers are quick to point out all the reasons why it won't work, why it's too risky, or why it's simply not worth pursuing. Picture this. You're sharing your excitement about a new opportunity with a naysayer, and instead of offering words of encouragement or support, they immediately launch into a litany of reasons why it's bound to fail. They'll cite statistics, anecdotal evidence, and worst-case scenarios, all in an effort to deflate your enthusiasm and convince you to abandon ship before you've even set sail. For Sigma females who thrive on challenges and view obstacles as opportunities for growth, dealing with naysayers is like trying to swim upstream against a raging current. They recognize the signs, the constant negativity, the lack of faith in possibility, the refusal to see the silver lining, and they know better than to let the pessimism of others dampen their own spirits. So, when a naysayer starts chirping in their ear, Sigma females don't waste their time trying to change their minds or win them over. Instead, they politely nod and smile, then promptly tune out the negativity and focus on surrounding themselves with individuals who uplift and inspire them. They know that success often requires swimming against the tide and defying the odds, and they refuse to let the naysayers drag them down into the depths of doubt and despair. Queens, ready to level up your empowerment game? Subscribe to our Queenly Quest channel and join the Sigma Squad for more sass, wisdom, and adventure. Number 6. The control freaks. Sigma women are like expert sailors navigating the turbulent seas of life, and control freaks? Well, they're the pesky seagulls constantly squawking and pecking at their sails. These are the individuals who just can't resist sticking their noses into every nook and cranny, whether it's at work, in friendships, or even in matters of the heart. They've got this insatiable hunger for control, always itching to be the puppeteer pulling the strings. For Sigma women who cherish their freedom and independence like treasures, being around control freaks is like wearing a straitjacket in a heat wave, claustrophobic and downright uncomfortable. They prefer to carve their own path and call their own shots, without someone constantly looming over their shoulders, micromanaging their every move. Control freaks have this uncanny talent for sucking the joy out of life, turning even the simplest of tasks into a battlefield of power struggles. Sigma women, with their fierce spirit and unshakable confidence, find this behavior not just annoying but suffocating. They'd much rather kick back with people who respect their space and allow them the freedom to be themselves without constantly trying to play puppet master. Number 7. Competitive individuals. All right, let's dish about those hyper-competitive souls we bump into on life's winding road. Now don't get me wrong, a bit of friendly rivalry can spice things up like an extra dash of hot sauce on your tacos. It adds that zing that keeps life interesting. But when you stumble upon those folks who turn every little interaction into a full-blown showdown, well, hold on to your hats, 'cause we're in for a ride. You see, these competitive types can sometimes throw a wrench in the gears, especially when you're all about teamwork and collaboration, like Sigma women are. They're the ones who treat everything like a race, a challenge to conquer at any cost. And while that go-getter attitude might earn them some gold stars in certain situations, it can also overshadow the bigger picture. For Sigma women, it's not just about clinching victory. It's about uniting towards a common goal. It's about synergy, about joining forces to achieve something greater than the sum of its parts. But competitive individuals, they tend to miss the memo on that. They're so fixated on claiming the crown that they forget about the journey, the camaraderie, and the shared purpose. So, while Sigma women can appreciate a healthy dose of competition now and then, they're not exactly thrilled about getting roped into an endless game of one-upmanship. They'd much rather collaborate than compete, knowing that true success is about lifting each other up, not pushing each other off the podium. At number 8, entitlement mindset. All right, let's dive into another type of person Sigma women steer clear of: the entitlement kings and queens. These are the ones who strut around like peacocks, expecting the world to bow down at their feet without lifting a damn finger. They've got this inflated sense of self-importance, convinced that they deserve the royal treatment just because they exist. Now, for Sigma women, this kind of entitlement is like nails on a chalkboard. They're all about rolling up their sleeves and putting in the sweat equity to earn their stripes. They believe in hustle, not handouts. And they sure as heck ain't buying into anyone's entitlement fantasy. So when Sigma women cross paths with these entitled souls, it's not just an eye-roll moment. It's a full-on facepalm situation. They see it as a serious case of delusion, flying in the face of their values of integrity and hard-earned success. Sigma women know that respect and admiration are earned through grit and determination, not through expecting the world to serve them on a silver platter just because they think they're entitled to it. Number 9, the attention seekers, the spotlight hoarders. Imagine this: you're strolling along your own path, doing your thing, not giving a hoot about applause or nods of approval from the peanut gallery. That's the Sigma woman vibe, content to strut her stuff without needing a fanfare. But then enter the attention junkies, those spotlight hoarders who'd sell their grandma for a round of applause. They'll pull out all the stops just to steal the limelight, even if it means stirring the pot or starting a brawl. They're like needy puppies craving constant pats on the head, and it's enough to make anyone's eyes roll. Sigma women, with their love for peace and quiet, tend to give these attention seekers a wide berth. They're all about Zen vibes, not the hurricane of drama that follows those desperate for their 15 minutes of fame. At number 10, chronic procrastinator. Imagine someone who's always doing the procrastination shuffle, sidestepping responsibility like it's a hot potato. They're masters at dodging tasks, spinning excuses faster than a DJ drops beats. Now picture being a Sigma woman on a mission with laser focus and determination. To her, this kind of foot dragging is a major buzzkill. Sigma women are like turbocharged engines revving up for progress and efficiency. They thrive on accountability and self-motivation, fueling their journey towards their goals. So when they stumble upon folks who are pro-procrastination and anti-action, it's like hitting a pothole on the highway of life. These procrastinators might find themselves out of sync with Sigma women, who dig individuals who grab life by the horns and charge ahead with gusto. Sigma women are drawn to those who share their hunger for achievement, recognizing that success isn't served on a silver platter. It's earned through hustle and grit. Number 11, the conformist. Let's talk about those conformists, shall we? They're like creatures of habit, stuck in their cozy little comfort zones, afraid to venture beyond the beaten path. They're the ones who color inside the lines, never daring to color outside of them, or question why the lines are there in the first place. For Sigma women, who thrive on blazing their own trails and dancing to the beat of their own drum, hanging out with conformists is like wearing a straitjacket in a disco. It's just not their style. They're all about breaking molds, flipping the script, and doing things their own way. They're the rebels with a cause, the renegades of routine, and they couldn't care less about fitting into society's neat little boxes. Sigma women are like the unicorns of society, prancing to the rhythm of their own hooves. They hold their independence and individuality sacred, making it darn near impossible for them to vibe with folks who are content to be part of the herd. Instead of towing the line, they'd rather stomp all over it, leaving a trail of glitter and rainbows in their wake. Number 12. Overly critical folks. All right, let's paint a picture of someone who's the ultimate fault finder, always ready to rain on everyone's parade with a laundry list of complaints and criticisms. It's like they've got a PhD in nitpicking but flunked out of the school of silver linings. Now, picture being a Sigma woman, someone who's all about growth and leveling up. To her, hanging out with perpetual pessimists is like trying to grow flowers in a desert. It's just not going to happen. Sigma women thrive on progress and evolution, so constant negativity is like kryptonite to their superhero cape. Instead of dwelling on the gloom and doom, they're all about shining a spotlight on the potential for improvement and giving credit where credit's due. By dodging the Debbie Downers and steering clear of the negative Nancys, Sigma women create their own little oasis of positivity and possibility. They get that constructive criticism is important, but they'd much rather surround themselves with people who sprinkle encouragement like confetti and inspire them to reach for the stars. Number 13, unreliable individuals. Let's talk about the flaky ones, shall we? They're the ones who promise you the moon and stars but can't even deliver a measly meteor shower. Quick to make grand pledges they couldn't keep if their lives depended on it, leaving you feeling like you've been stood up at the prom. For Sigma women who value reliability and trust like rare gems, dealing with these unreliable souls is like playing a game of Russian roulette with your sanity. Sigma women want folks in their corner they can count on, not those who ghost them faster than a disappearing act in a magic show. They ain't got time for the wishy-washy, commitment-phobic types who couldn't stick to a plan if it was superglued to their hands. Number 14, close-minded individuals. Picture this. You're chatting with someone who's as stubborn as a mule, clinging to their old ways like a security blanket. They'd sooner walk barefoot on broken glass than entertain a fresh perspective. Now flip the script and meet the Sigma women, the trailblazers of independent thought and champions of new frontiers. For them, rubbing elbows with closed-minded individuals is like trying to teach a fish to ride a bicycle, frustrating and downright nonsensical. Sigma women are like cosmic explorers, itching to dive headfirst into uncharted territories and drink from the fountain of knowledge. They crave intellectual stimulation and thrive on the exchange of diverse ideas and viewpoints. So when they stumble upon folks who'd rather stick their heads in the sand than open their minds to new possibilities, it's like hitting a brick wall at full speed. These closed-minded types may find themselves at odds with Sigma women who view life as one big adventure waiting to unfold. It's not that Sigma women are dismissive of differing opinions. They're just drawn to those who share their insatiable hunger for growth and discovery. After all, why settle for a stagnant pond when you can dive into the vast ocean of possibilities? Number 15, the complainers. All right, let's talk about those perpetual complainers, shall we? They're like broken records, stuck on repeat with their endless list of grievances, never bothering to hit the skip button and find a solution. Now imagine being a Sigma woman, someone who's all about sunshine and progress. To her, hanging out with chronic complainers is like trying to fly with a lead balloon, total energy drain. Sigma women thrive in environments where there's more action and less lip service. They're the efficiency queens, the DIY divas, so constant negativity is like a rain cloud on their parade. Instead of getting bogged down in complaints, Sigma women prefer to roll up their sleeves and tackle challenges head-on, like the boss babes they are. By giving chronic complainers the old 1-2 step, Sigma women make room for positivity and productivity to flourish. They get that maintaining a positive mindset is like watering the garden of life. It keeps things green and blooming, so they'd much rather spend their time and energy on pursuits that lift them up, not drag them down into the swamp of complaints. And Queens, please don't forget to subscribe and leave your comments below. Thanks for watching, Queens. See you in our next video. Bye for now and God bless.